Girl, let's talk about all the shenanigans that happened in Salem this week coming up on AfterBuzz TV's Dishin' Days now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Why, hello and happy Sunday to all you Days of Our Lives fans. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin' Days, where we give you a full recap of this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives. I'm your host, Tony Moore, and I am here all by myself. It's just one gal instead of a gaggle of gals. And if you want to like me, follow me, you can on all the social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com. Or you can follow Dishin' Days on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. On Instagram and Facebook, we are Dishin' Days. And on Twitter, we are @_Dishin' Days. The @ is usually implied. I will be taking your phone calls all throughout the show because I can't talk to myself the entire time. So the phone lines are open. You can give us a call at 424-253-0749. Again, that's 424-253-0749. This week was amazing for me. I definitely enjoyed it. And let's just get right into it. It's now time to start Dishin' Days. I feel like I've never done this before. Yes. All right, so first of all, let's talk about Adrian, Bonnie, Victor, Justin, and Maggie. Can I just say the ball dropped when Bonnie basically told Victor that she knew everything that she tried to do with getting Deimos killed and that he had to divorce Maggie and marry her. Who else's face dropped during that happened? And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like Bonnie didn't really think about this plan all the way through. I mean, I know that she's trying to get back at Maggie and everything like that, but this plan is really one that is going to make everyone go, there is no way in the world you are Adrian. And everyone is kind of catching on. You have Patch and Kayla who are like having their little secret meetings about it. And you have everyone in Salem kind of raising an eyebrow thinking like there's something really strange that is happening and going on. So let's hear your thoughts about this storyline. We have our first caller here. Hello, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin' Days. We are talking about Adrian, Bonnie, Victor, Justin, and Maggie. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, Tommy. It's Brittany.
Hey, Brittany, how you doing?
Good.
Good. So what did you think this week when Bonnie dropped the ball on Victor that she knew about his plot to kill Deimos and she wanted him to divorce Maggie and marry her? What were your thoughts? Brittany? Brittany? Oh, we must have lost Brittany. Well, it's okay. She'll call back. So that to me was just an eye-opener there. I mean, Bonnie is doing a lot. And then when kudos to her for putting back on the white dress that she was supposed to wear to the wedding because she still looked good for her wedding. But to then fire the justice of the peace that Victor had hired and had Sheila, of all people, the maid, marrying her and Victor. I can only imagine what Brady thought when he walked in, thinking like, what is happening? Why is Victor and Adrian getting married? And why is the maid, of all people, marrying these two? I mean, it was crazy. So let's see. Oh, perfect. Hey, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin' Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, I'm sorry, the call dropped. It's Brittany.
Oh, hey, Brittany. So what did you think about Bonnie basically proposing to Victor this week?
I thought, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, he's not going to.
Right. It's like, it was really one of those mind blown sort of situations. It's like, Bonnie, what are you thinking? Like, this plan is not going to work. You can't get back at Maggie because Adrian would never do this. Keep in mind, you're Adrian.
Yes, exactly. So that's why Patch went to visit Hattie and he's going to figure it out.
Right. I feel like, you know, this isn't a subtle flag where like it's a flub or anything like that. I really think that she is forgetting that she's Adrian and she's like slipping into her Bonnie ways and soon enough, she's about to get caught.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think she didn't think it through. I think she just thought like, oh, maybe I could just marry him and give Sheila her money so she don't give me up.
Right. Well, she should have thought about that. I mean, and the other little gag was when the divorce happened so quick, and Victor said he was giving Maggie or setting Maggie up for life, and the look on Bonnie's face was like, how much did you give her? And there was a part of me that was kind of like, I hope he gave her everything, so that way it's like, you're marrying me and you're not getting anything. That's what I was kind of hoping. Yeah.
And I feel like my favorite scene with that was when Justin and Bonnie walk in and Victor's kissing Maggie.
Oh, right. It was kind of, it was kind of like, this is how it's supposed to be, and I'm trying to solidify my love. And I was hoping that maybe Victor secretly told Maggie what was happening, and that now she's just kind of playing along.
I think maybe he didn't divorce her. Who knows? Maybe he's being smarter about it.
I don't know. Something seems a little like there's like a plan like happening, and we're not aware of it yet. Bonnie isn't aware of it, but I think Maggie and Victor are definitely in on it. But I guess we'll just have to continue to see.
Yeah. Well, I saw next week in the spoilers that Steve and Patch are gonna try to get Adrian out of prison.
Well, did you see the part in the prison when Patch came to talk to Hattie and she was literally like 2 seconds late from seeing Patch?
Oh my God! Yes, when he walks out of the place and she screams, "Patch!" And then I was like, "Oh my God!" She would have came in like a little bit sooner.
But then I also thought, like, surely he heard that. Like, no one else in this jail would know his name to holler it like that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, Brittany, thank you so much for calling in and weighing in on this very interesting storyline. And keep watching, because you can call back in later and we'll discuss another topic.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Brittany.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. A lot of you have a lot of thoughts in the chat room. First, Forever Day says that love T-Boz as Sheila. Me too. I cannot get enough of the fact that T-Boz from TLC is playing Sheila, and she's doing an amazing job. Tony Fowler says, do doppelgangers ever think? You are exactly right about that. They never think. Annie Goen says, did Bonnie forget how rich Victor is? He could easily buy his way out of jail if she turned him in. Which he kind of like looked at her like, if I was in cahoots to kill my brother, what makes you think I wouldn't do the same to you? And for 2 seconds, Bonnie was shook. And then she's like, ha ha ha, you got me. But I still think she shook. I don't think she realizes the power that Victor has, and that she doesn't really have the upper hand as she thinks she does. Days of Our Lives fan talk Melissa says, when Maggie walked in and stopped the wedding, it shocked me. It actually shocked me too. And kudos to Maggie, because she gave like a little I'm here. It was amazing. We have another caller. Thank you. Hello, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin' Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, hey, I'm Jeff from Minneapolis.
Hey, Jeff from Minneapolis. How are you?
Hey, very well, very well.
Good. Do you have any thoughts on this Adrian, Bonnie, Justin, Victor, Maggie storyline?
Yeah, I'm actually really enjoying it, and I think that I've heard a lot of people online talking about that the doppelganger storyline has gone on too far, but I don't know. I'm really enjoying it. I hope they keep. I hope it continues for as long as I can.
I'm with you, because when Hattie got figured out, I was like, oh, they're totally gonna kill it. But I actually like the fact that Hattie got figured out and she's in jail with Adrian, but Bonnie is still out running amok. But Bonnie is kind of unraveling right now, and she's not really keeping up with her Adrian appearance. So with that, it's still like keeping the interest of like, what are you really doing?
Exactly. And, and I think that I think that Ron has really taken the little bits of the other storylines that had gone on before, and has really kind of securely woven them into the rest of the other storylines that are actually going on in a way that I think was really, really unexpected.
I agree, and especially the scene when Bonnie went to Mickey's grave and was like sitting there and eating chips and talking to her. Oh, the vignettes that they did of the movies, like Whatever Happened to Baby Bonnie and Bonnie Dearest. What did you think about? I enjoyed them. I thought they were like such a way to look into Bonnie's mind to see how she really is, which is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But I thought it was just an amazing little snippet to add in while she was talking to Mickey. What did you think?
Oh, absolutely. All these little things like that Days has been doing lately really make me feel like I'm watching the show I watched 25 years ago. So it's been really enjoyable.
Right. I feel the same way. I posted on Twitter the other day that Days is getting back to the way that I remembered when I first started watching. And it's like those edge of your seats, cliffhanger, oh my God, I didn't know that was going to happen, or ooh, that was smart kind of moments. And I like what Ron is doing is that he's really like keeping you vested day after day after day, and it makes you actually want to watch. So kudos to you, Ron.
Absolutely, yeah. It's hard to miss a day anymore.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Jeff, for calling in, and keep tuning in because I'm going to need everybody to call within the next 45 minutes.
All right, sounds good. I'll weigh in with some of the more topics that you got coming up.
Yes, please do. Thanks again.
Yep.
All right, bye. So someone actually in the chat room just had a question for me, and I meant to. Here we go. Me World 2 says, Tony, my question for you is, does she have any actual tangible proof about Xander and Victor? The only proof she has is her mouth, which is very true because she only heard Victor talking to Xander. So I don't know if she has any tangible proof unless all of a sudden she recorded it or she documented it in some way that can be used in court. But maybe that's why Victor's kind of playing along, because he knows that she really doesn't have anything tangible for that. So yeah. Let's see, Janaea. Oh, I hope I pronounce. I always stumble over your name. Don't even get me started. In Bonnie's fantasy, she has the funniest fantasies. I swear, I'm choking on whatever I'm eating while watching her. Me too. Like I just told Jeff from Minneapolis. See, I remember. When those little vignettes came in, I think that's right, calling them vignettes. I was thoroughly entertained. I thought that was just such a great way to kind of weave in what Bonnie's thinking and how she really thinks of Maggie. So that was really great. So that is pretty much the storyline. It basically ended with Maggie coming in and stopping the wedding, and I'm very interested in seeing what happens with that. Also going back, it did cut back and forth to Adrian in jail, like begging and pleading for Hattie to help her. And finally, Hattie did, after Adrian basically shook her up with the visit from Patch and being like, you know what he's capable of. Do you really want to cross him? And Hattie gives her the card to make the phone call. And of course, when she's trying to make the phone call, Justin doesn't answer the phone because he's talking to Bonnie, and Bonnie answers the phone. And I like that interaction that Adrian and Bonnie had. I'm just like, I'm rooting for Adrian to get out of jail. Although I really like Bonnie, but I'm rooting for Adrian to finally get her life back. And that's it. That was pretty much that storyline. You guys can continue to weigh in on that storyline in the chat. I am doing my very best to keep up with everything. Simone says her fantasy had me laughing, and Bonnie is just straight crazy, and I love her for it. We all love the fact that Bonnie is, as I would put it, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Bonnie should be Adrian's actual twin. It would definitely be a polar opposite big business type of a thing, and that came from Forever Days. Me World 2 says, I enjoyed that storyline too, but I wanted it to end so fast, and I want Bonnie to have a different storyline outside of impersonating Adrian. So with that question, and you guys can put this in the chat, how many of you, even when, because we all know it's going to happen, when Bonnie is discovered, do you think that Days should keep Bonnie and Hattie around just for our giggles? Weigh in on the chat, and I'll check back in to see what you guys think. All right, so moving right along. Oh, okay, so I've been anxious to talk to you all about this storyline because this week, as you guys know, Ari Zucker ended her role as Nicole Walker, but she went out with such a bang. So finally, Nicole and Eric admit to each other that they are in love with each other, which I didn't know, I'll be honest, I did not know or even ever foresee Nicole having or rekindling that love for Eric again. I'm pretty sure my other co-hosts would probably be like, I knew it from the beginning. But I never imagined that that hatred would become that love again. And it was actually a breath of fresh air to see that Nicole was happy and that Nicole was honest with her feelings and that Eric had a chance to be honest with his feelings. And then I started thinking like, oh my gosh, does that mean that Eric and Nicole are going to be together and they're going to run off together? Like, how is this going to work? And then Brady Black, let me tell y'all, I have always had a little soft spot in my heart for Brady, but this week I was like, you completely tried my life. Brady basically gave Nicole this ultimatum of like, end it with Eric or you go to jail. And I was like, can anybody at Days let Nicole Walker be happy? This girl could not keep a man. This girl could not get pregnant. And now all of a sudden she has everything in the palm of her hands. And we are like, yes, girl, go get it. Go get your life. And what happens? Brady Black snatches it from her. Let's see what this person thinks. Thanks. Hello. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishing Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Melissa, this is Days of Our Lives fan talk. Oh, no.
Oh, hey, Melissa. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Good. So, okay, so I've moved on to the Nicole, Brady, Eric storyline. What are your thoughts? Because I am fuming at Brady at the fact that he would dare hang that over Nicole's head that she killed Deimos.
That's exactly why I called.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I am about Jim Lilly and Brady. Well, I've been studying this, me and my admins from my page, and we've been wondering, is it the amulet that might be turning Brady into this evil Brady and giving the whole Kyriakis family bad luck? You know, including Victor.
I never thought about that because that amulet does do a lot of stuff. So it could be. I was just thinking the alcohol, that he hasn't had alcohol in so long that's turning. And also he's kind of in that same space that Lucas is in. Like, this is the straw that broke the camel's back. So, and I like the fact that he was mentioning again, you know, Teresa left him, the thing with Kristen, and now Nicole, and I think he's reached his point as well with Lucas, which, side note, which is why I liked the scene with him and Lucas, like having a drink and like just kind of crying over all their spilled milk together. I thought that scene with them was great. But maybe this could be like just how Lucas is feeling is exactly how Brady is feeling. But I never thought of the amulet. That's actually pretty smart.
Yeah, we've been thinking about that, and we've been wondering, could it be the amulet that's causing Victor the bad luck with Bonnie and Brady the bad luck with Nicole? Because I would never guess that Nicole would be like this towards Brady and that Brady would be like this towards Nicole. He's always been so nice.
Yeah.
And they've always been in love with each other, you know?
Very true. But you
and she hated Eric. And then all of a sudden the amulet comes into their life and just all this hate comes towards each other.
Yeah. But also another way to look at it is we rooted for Nicole and Eric. Well, at least I did. You know, back when he was a priest and they worked together and they were stuck in the heat and duct, you know, hiding from Xander. And then Daniel happened, and then, you know, obviously he was the reason why Daniel died. And then we were like, okay, they hate each other, like we're good. But it's like, does that, once she forgave him, I think it's almost like her heart was able to open up again and love him again. And so then I think secretly we all started rooting for them to happen again, because I really think her and Brady, yeah, they were great. And it's kind of like in that moment, maybe they were right for each other. But when you really look at it, I really think that they had more of a friendship kind of a love where like, I'm going to be there for you regardless, which I think that's what she discovered after she really was truly honest with herself about Eric.
Maybe, well, yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I just wish, I know it's because I like Jim Lilly so much. I just wish she'd come back and save Brady.
I know. I wish she would come back and really explain why, you know, she had to go, and her and Brady can kind of pick up where they left off. But who knows? You never know. There's always another turn of surprise on days. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, there's a lot of Brady fans out there, and they know why she left him, and there are so many out there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Maybe one day, and I know Jim Lilly wants to come back, so maybe one day NBC will let her come back.
Well, let's put it out there. Hashtag Jen Lilly returns. Let's start it up so that hopefully they'll catch the attention of everyone, and maybe they'll bring her back. Crossing our fingers.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Brady forever.
Right. Well, thank you, Melissa, for calling in and weighing in on the Brady, Nicole, Eric storyline. And stay tuned, because you can have many other opportunities to call in and weigh in on the other storylines as well.
Yeah, it's definitely the amulet, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Melissa. Bye.
Bye.
Let's see. Annie says Nicole's exit was similar to Teresa's in the sense that they were both forced to leave. Although Teresa's exit was quite quicker than Nicole's, and I think we thought there was going to be a way that Nicole left, but then there was the actual way that Nicole left. Hello, welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin' Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
It's Mike Riley. How are you?
Mike Riley. I knew you were going to call in. How are you?
I am very well, thank you. Where's Mark tonight? Is he? Did he shy away from coming in because you're too big of a star right now with all your runway walking and TV show appearance making?
Oh, stop it, Mike Riley. Well, you know, that lady has so much life going on that she has become too busy. Yeah, so that's where she is. She's working today.
Oh, then there's you putting all that bass in your walk.
Well, you know.
Just kidding.
Okay, so I'm talking about the Brady, Eric, Nicole storyline. What are your thoughts? Because I'm sure you have some very interesting thoughts.
Now, I've never really been I like Eric Martzoff, but I've never really been a huge Brady fan, because I feel like Eric is very much like a leading man type of actor, and they always kind of write Brady to be a little bit of a dummy. So I think they can do more with Brady. Not this week, no. I do agree with the last caller's statement about the amulet. I think a lot of fans have the same idea in mind and have expressed so. So I'm on board with that, because they need an out to get Brady back to being a good guy, and the amulet would be a good excuse, because this is really out of character for Brady. He wouldn't destroy Nicole's life.
Right. I thought it was the alcohol.
Well, I think the alcoholism also, that's part of the amulet, too, because there was no reason for Brady to just start drinking, because, I mean, he didn't even have proof Nicole was cheating. It was just a hunch.
Right.
You know, it was just a feeling. So for him to start drinking just based on some hunch, I mean, you might as well just cancel AA, because it works for nothing now. You can just start drinking for no reason at all. But my issue really is with what they're going to do with Eric. I don't even really care anymore that Nicole is not getting her happy ending because she's leaving the show. But Eric is Greg Vaughn is such a fantastic actor, and all we've had Eric do his last couple of run on days is just be moping and miserable because of the Christian situation, because of the Nicole situation, and we finally got like a bright, shiny, kind of positive Eric back after so many years. And if this storyline is going to lead him to being mopey, depressed Eric again, Greg Vaughn is better than that, and that's really where my focus is. Please don't give Greg Vaughn, crappy, mopey,
sad
work to do.
And then he would be the third one that would go back to drinking.
Right.
Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
I do hope that like he returns to Salem and that he's just not always in that farmhouse. Like that farmhouse is cute for maybe like a weekend, but like I don't want him living at the farmhouse.
Not even.
Well, I mean, let's just think days timeline, because I don't want everyone to have to travel that far to just come visit him. That seems far.
And can we not put Jennifer in his orbit again? I do not want to see them together. They are mismatched. I want Jennifer to have someone they're just not a match. It just doesn't work.
I wonder who could she be matched with?
They need to bring someone like a little bit more mature, I think, or I don't know. Like, I from the beginning had liked Aiden for Jennifer, not for Hope. So they need someone like that, that kind of age group, that kind of groundedness. I don't know. Eric is just too hot for her. I hate to say that, but he's so edgy and she's so like, I don't know.
But they say opposites attract. So if like she's like the goody girl and he's like, oh, you are not on board. You had canceled Christmas before I was even able to get it out.
No, like maybe back in the 90s when it was like Jennifer and Saucy Emilio, I bought it, but she's just like the nosy busybody mom. Like she's the one at the bachelorette party who you don't want to invite because she's going to want to play all the fun games. She can't be with Eric.
All the games
not with
playing.
the defrocked priest. No, it doesn't work.
Oh my gosh, Mike Riley.
So put it with someone else.
You never
bring Jack back.
You never cease. Oh my God, # bring Jack back. Look at you, just like Mark. Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got this week.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I love your hair, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I did it for the runway, so thanks. This probably has one more week because all week I've been doing this and I'm like over it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot.
You can't say that.
Yeah. Just wait till you see the black girl Pat. Then you'll understand what I just did.
All right.
All right, Mike. Thank you for calling in.
You soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
So, our Melvin fan said, Mike is so shady tonight. But, we all know Mike Riley is very truthful. So I always appreciate when Mike calls in. Simone says, I agree that Eric should not be mopey and sad. I want him on the warpath to destroy Brady. Ooh, I wonder what he will do when he finds out that Brady did that. Oh, all right, let's take this caller and find out what they think. Hello, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishing Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Tony. It's Tony Ann. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Good. I love the fact that, like, all these brand new callers get to call in today. I'm loving it.
I know. I love it, too. I came in late and saw that you were by yourself, and I just jumped on the phone and grabbed the first opportunity I could.
Oh, thank you. That way I don't have to talk to myself.
Exactly.
So we're talking about kind of wrapping up the Nicole, Eric, Brady storyline. What did you think about it?
Perfect, because that's the storyline I actually wanted to talk about, and I was hoping you didn't switch topics yet.
Yes. Nope, not yet. You're gonna be my closer. You're gonna close it out for me.
I keep seeing all these things on Twitter, like Brady's overreacting, and this is coming completely out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of disagree. Mm-hmm. I kind of feel like I'm surprised Brady didn't go through this sooner.
Right.
If you look at Brady's relationship history, all of his girlfriends have either abandoned him or died.
Yeah. Wait, which one died?
Madison.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Madison and the explosion. Yes.
And
okay.
And he dated Ariana.
Oh, that's right. And she died. Oh, yeah. Oh, girl, Brady ain't got good luck. And that was before the amulet.
So he never really like had a chance to process any of his relationships imploding, because things imploded with Kristen, he jumped right to Teresa. When things with Teresa imploded, he jumped right to Nicole. So I think this is just a delayed reaction of everything.
Yeah.
And Nicole is getting the brunt of all of his rage.
See, and Melissa, who called in earlier, and Mike Riley also agreed, they think it's because of the amulet. Do you think it's because of the amulet too? Because I'm kind of on the same path with you, that he's kind of like Lucas, and like, this is the last straw. This is the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, I've had it. My heart has been broken way too many times, and like, I'm done.
I could see them going that route, because that is something that Ron Carlivati would do, and I would buy it, but I kind of hope they don't.
I hope they don't either.
I kind of think it would make more sense for it to be within Brady's character to kind of do this, because Brady's always kind of had the dark, angry roots, because even when he first came on as Kyle Louder, he was angry. The only person who could get through to him back then was Chloe and Belle.
And still kind of now. I liked that. I think this was probably last week, because I watched this weekend, last week, kind of back to back. But I liked the moment that, it was last week, that he and Chloe had, when Chloe kind of knew the tea that Nicole had went to Eric, and she was like, I don't know anything. Okay, I gotta go by. Like, I liked that moment with them. That was a cute moment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She just she ducked and she ran out of there.
Yeah, I would have too. I would have twirled out and said, "Oh, girl, oh, I gotta go. Okay, bye."
I wouldn't be opposed to doing Brady and Chloe again.
I wouldn't be opposed, because Chloe's just floating around with this club and battling it out with Julie. She needs something.
She's got a lot of prospects though, because I see chemistry with her and Eric. I see a lot of chemistry with her and Lucas, and I could stand them the first time around.
Oh, yeah, because she's been very helpful with Lucas. I like how they have Chloe right now. Chloe right now is the tea spiller. Like, she's just kind of going through Salem going like, oh yeah, I know that tea and this is what it is. And so like, she doesn't really have like, the only thing that she has right now is the club and like Julie. But other than that, she's just going around like, listen, I don't want nobody to have secrets. So here's the tea. Bring in your tea mug, because I got it all.
I love it.
Me too.
Maggie used to do that when she ran Tuscany.
Yeah, well, it must be when you own a club, you just become the tea spiller of Salem.
It's got to be.
You know what? Maxine's son needs to come and open up a club so that he
can
be
a bartender at Doug's Place.
Are we on board with Doug's Place, or do we like Chloe's club?
I'm on board with Doug's Place because I'm like a huge history fan.
Yes.
So the fact that they're calling out the history just makes me all warm and fuzzy inside.
Yes. I'm with you on that. I think it does have this. Julie was right as far as like the richness and everything like that. Although Club Chloe sounds like, hey, let's go to Club Chloe tonight and turn up.
Yeah, I hope that they kind of stick with Doug's Place.
Yeah. I guess we'll have to see what they're gonna do with that too, because right now they are not having each other, just making decisions without each other.
Oh, I know. It's kind of really awesome. My favorite moment, I don't remember what week it was either, because they all kind of blur. But I think it was this week, or when they were fighting about the name, and Maggie just kind of like was like, I'm not even going to be a part of this, and she just ran.
Yes. Oh yeah, that was last week. Like Maggie was like, Maggie really gave the I don't have time for this. Bye, girls, and just like dipped. Yeah, that was last week.
I thought you might have given that your 3 snaps.
You know, that had the potential of being a 3-snap worthy moment. Maggie had quite a few.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for calling in and weighing in. I love your thoughts about this storyline, and I'm glad you were able to call in during this one, the one that you wanted to weigh in on. So thank you for that.
Not a problem.
All right.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah.
All right. Bye. All righty. Thank you. Hello, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Edition Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Carolyn Topol calling from Connecticut.
Carolyn Topol, how are you doing, lady?
I am doing great, and you're doing a lot of busy stuff. I love seeing you all over the place.
Oh my God. Like, listen, I have never done this show by myself before. And when I walked in, I was just like, who am I going to talk to? Who can I be sassy with and everything like that? But thank God you guys are calling in, because now I feel like it's like girls' night and everyone's calling in and we're just like having a good time. So thank y'all.
Oh, yeah, and I love to see, and I'm especially on Will and Grace. I'm just going to say that. When I was like, oh, I know him. I'm pointing at my TV while I'm all alone.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And kudos to you. Look, I'm keeping tabs on you too. You're still doing some amazing stuff. I now feel like I got to keep up with you.
Yeah. Well, thank you. That's very sweet of you to say.
Of course. Now, I know that you are just as big of a fan of this show as anyone, and you always have some amazing thoughts. What are your thoughts? And I'm gonna open the floor for the past two that we've talked about: Adrian, Bonnie, Justin, Victor, Maggie, Eric, Brady, Nicole, whichever one you want to weigh in on. Go.
Okay. The one thing I really would love to say is I really hope that somewhere there's going to be a Brady, Marlena, Eric showdown. Because if Ron keeps talking about the history, Marlena raised Brady. And Eric is truly her baby. I would love to see this come to a head when something comes out about why Nicole really left.
Oh, can you imagine the rage that Marlena was? And Marlena has that Claire Huxtable rage where it's like, you know, like she's not going to be like, rah, 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 but it's so like sassy yet calm, cool, and collected, where it just stings that much more worse than like anyone else yelling at you. Ooh, I would be afraid to like open that door and Marlena says like, I know what you did to Eric. And it's like, whoo, grab the popcorn because it's about to go down.
I would love to see something like that come up. I know that that's probably a little far-fetched history-wise, because not a lot of people these days seem to realize that Brady was actually raised by Marlena. Because with cast changes and Sorazing and all this other stuff. But I would really love to see that. Yeah. We don't see that mother-son-ish thing that we used to see between the two of them a lot lately. Yeah.
But Ron is doing he's doing so well with like interweaving like history and all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if they did go that route, that it would come up.
I would love that. I would really love that, because I think Deidre Hall could take it on, and between these two guys, wow, that would make a great drama. Yeah. I think that would be amazing. Three amazing actors doing that.
I agree.
As far as the Adrian, Justin, Maggie, the whole fiasco thing, I just want Victor to do something where he says gotcha in the end. I just want to hear something to that effect. Yeah. Bonnie. I mean, I think Judy Evans is rocking this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. She is like, and you can see the difference between the two characters so brilliantly. It's literally almost as if two different women are playing it. Like she is rocking it as Bonnie and Adrian.
She really is. And the other thing is, I have to tell you, I did everything short of like totally laughing my head off when she did Joan Crawford and Betty Davis all in one episode. That was hysterical.
That was such a brilliant part for me, because one, they kind of came out of nowhere. You had that moment of like, what is this? And then you're like, oh my God. Like, it's just that moment of just like Ron and the writers just being like, let's travel in Bonnie's head for a second, shall we? And it was great. I loved both of them. And that dress that Bonnie was wearing in Bonnie Dearest, I was like, oh my God, kudos to the costumers over there. Like, y'all are killing it over there.
Yeah, and the makeup too.
Yeah. Oh, everything was so on point. I loved it.
And like I said, and of course, the whole thing being brought together between the script and Judy Evans carrying it off. Yeah. I mean, literally, she played 4 characters in one episode.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Oh my God, Judy! Kudos to Judy Evans. Like, you, girl, you are amazing. You are showing why you are still rocking it on TV decades later. I don't want to say how many.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for letting me call in and jibber jabber like this.
Of course. Thank you for calling in, Carolyn. You know, you are always welcome to call in, and I'm going to see you in a few weeks, right?
You sure are.
Okay.
I can't wait.
I can't wait either. I look forward to it.
Okie doke.
All right.
See you soon.
See you soon. Take care. All right, y'all. So before time runs out, because I thought for a second I wasn't going to need the full hour, but I do. So we're going to move on to the next storyline before we take any more calls. We have Sami, Lucas, Will, and Rolf. First of all, Sami Brady is back, and I am loving it. Daquan, if you're out there, I know you are loving the fact that Allison Sweeney is back as Sami Brady, and I am absolutely living for Sami because she came in and she has just been at everyone, just being her usual Sami self. She first stopped Paul and John from digging up Will's grave, to then noticing how Lucas was and having that moment with Lucas and being like, we're going to get you help, to going to Marlena and, you know, finding out all this information about Rolf, and then going to the DeMera mansion and having that nostalgic moment of when she lived there and with EJ, the moment of her sharing that she literally followed all the clues that she kept hoping would lead to EJ being alive, to when she kissed Chad as if, listen, Abigail, I haven't forgot what you did, and I just wanted you to be just as mad because I'm Petty LaBelle, and yep, this is happening. Like, Sami was back with a vengeance, and I loved it, and I even loved that she trekked all the way to the farmhouse to give Eric a cake to celebrate their birthday. Love that, love that, love that. And this new information now that Will, we all wondered, okay, how are they going to bring Will back? What's going to happen and everything like that? And I love, love, love the fact that they are interweaving Dr. Rolf and how this is just like him to do. This is definitely something that Rolf would do. And I love that they brought that character back. I love seeing him. And I love the ending when Andre is the one that found him, thanks to Abigail being like, girl, just go get him. Because at first he saw Sami, he was like, I want no parts of you. You stole all that money. I ain't doing it. And then Abigail convinced him. He then went to Hope and decided to let Hope kind of take care of it, gave her the Phoenix envelope to slide up under that door, and that door opened and Rolf was there and Hope was there, and I'm like, I need to know what's going to happen now. But I love the fact that they interwove that, because now I'm almost like, okay, I can see how Will could possibly be alive. And kudos to having to refilm those flashbacks with Chandler Massey. Y'all are doing good. So what do you guys think about Sami's return and the Will storyline and how they've interwoven this with Dr. Rolf and the return of Rolf? Make sure you guys call in. Feel free. The lines are open. 424-253-0749. Again, that's 424-253-0749. I'm just in a point now where I just want to know if Will is alive or not. And I keep going back and forth. I'm not sure if he is or not. Thank you. Hey, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin' Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Jeff from Minneapolis again.
Hey, Jeff from Minneapolis. I told you was going to call again.
Well, this is the storyline I've been the most excited about all week.
Right? Like, what are your thoughts? Because I just already babbled on. So tell us what you think.
Again, well, like just what you were saying about how they've interwoven Rolf into the whole idea of Will being alive again, that actually makes sense. And then to have all the characters in town acknowledge all the crazy things Dr. Rolf specifically did to all of them. You know, they brought people back to life already. They put chips in people's brains. I mean, they touched on all of the craziest storylines back from, back from like say the 90s.
Yeah, from when he brought John back to life.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you can actually believe, like, okay, sure, if they're going to bring Will back, this is probably the only character that could do that. And so there's some kind of believability there.
Because I had no idea I struggled with when we all heard that Will was coming back. I actually was just like, oh, he came back as a spirit. Oh, okay, great. But now like this storyline is continuing to go, and I am at the edge of my seat, and I can't decide. Like I'm like everyone in Salem, I can't decide whether there's truth to this or there's not truth to this. And I'm slowly getting to a point where I'm just like, I just want to know. Like I just want like Will to pop up and be like, surprise, I'm here, or they find out, oh no, he's not. Like I just want to know. What do you think?
Right,
do you think he's alive?
I think he's alive. I think that they're going to undo probably the worst thing that the last writer did, which was to kill Will.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it's what the fans want, and I think that it only really makes sense to actually have Will as part of the ongoing storylines. I mean, he was in stories for 20 years. I mean, that he's like one of the only characters on that show that is close to their actual age.
Yeah, yeah, and it was I mean, we were all shocked when the killings happened, and then it was like Will, and that was just like the biggest shock of all. And it was during that time where we were told that no one who had died is coming back, and we were just like, oh my gosh, like how
right.
Like when you make that announcement, it's like there's no glimmer of hope, like everyone is dead. And now I'm happy that this storyline has kind of like woken us up and keeps us entertained and on our toes as to like, okay girl, is Will actually around? Like what's going on?
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh well, thanks Jeff for calling in again.
All right, thank you.
All right, talk again soon.
All right, take care.
All right, you too. Let's take this next caller and see what they just left. It's all right. There you go. Hello, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishing Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, Tony. It's Brittany.
Hey, Brittany. So we're weighing in on the Will storyline and Sami's return. What are your thoughts?
I feel like she came in like just in time, like for them to not dig up Will's body, his grave, with the casket or whatever. And I feel like Lucas, she feels bad for him, not that she was shocked when he was drinking again.
Wait, say that last part again?
She was shocked that Lucas was drinking again.
Yeah, like you could tell that like she was kind of trying to figure out like what was going on. Like she mentioned he had been sober for years and just like what's happening. And I love that they just had that moment at Will's grave together. And it really started making me think like, I was never a Lucas and Adrian fan, but I was always a Lucas and Sami fan. So I would love to see them get back together. I'm just gonna throw that out.
Yeah. And I feel like when Rafe went there, because she called Rafe because John, when she first got there, they were there. Yeah. I feel like he was more like smelling at her than Hope. Like I feel like they have a little bit of chemistry.
Rafe and Sami? Yeah, me too. That, and when Rafe got there, because Sami called the police on John and Paul, it reminded me too of like how we were all team Sami and Rafe. So Sami has a lot of options, but her heart belongs to EJ.
Yeah, and it was sad when she went and told her to talk to her mom, and her mom, she was telling her, filling her in on what she was doing in Europe and how she didn't find anything.
Oh, I know. That was such a gut-wrenching thing to hear about just how she kept following all these clues, and she went to Paris and Madrid, and how she had to put this fake smile on her face for the kids, but really internally she was just like, ugh, inside, because she just kept waiting to like walk through a door and see EJ standing there and saying, "What took you so long?" So that was hard, but I think that was a way to kind of maybe kill that, like, EJ is
coming back.
You think coming back? I thought not coming back.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
Yeah.
you were gonna say that. Yeah, that's what I thought the route they were going on, but that he wasn't gonna come back.
Yeah. Oh.
With
Okay.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks, Brittany, for calling in and weighing in on that storyline.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye bye. Let's see. Oh, Carolyn says Sammy's head in Marlena's lap had me totally choked up. Me too. Let's take this last one. Hello, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Zishin Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Tony. It's Jamel calling from Brooklyn.
Hey, Jamel from Brooklyn. How you doing?
Oh, how you doing, girl?
You
know what? I wouldn't say, oh, Tony, you look delicious tonight. Those braids and everything look so yummy.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. They itch, though. Like, I already did the black girl pat one time during the show, and I had to do it one more time. Okay. I'm all right now, but thank you.
Do it. Yeah, you know what? But I'm calling because, you know what? I watch Days of Our Lives almost like I watch Dance with the Stars. You see, people who watch Dance with the Stars so long, they know to watch it in springtime. And for me, Days of Our Lives feel like it gets good in the wintertime.
Yeah. Is that where you been? Because you ain't been calling or nothing, and I ain't heard a peep from you. This is now the season to start watching Days?
That's what I'm trying to tell you, because they bring it back all the people I like, you know. And I do miss that Nicole is gone. You know what? I feel like it was a little cop out because Nicole is so piss and vinegar. She's so feisty. She's the only one that can rival Sami, you know, with her deviousness, at least in the back in the day. So I just was a little sad the way she went out, but, you know, at least she went happy. But, you know, can I say this? I am excited about Sami. I'm very excited about Will and all the people coming up. But Bonnie, come on, I wish that Bonnie and Miss T-Boss get their own show. You kidding me? They're giving me life every time.
Right.
They're giving me so much because for me, I mean, to be for real, the way that Bonnie is scheming and with T-Bob's character, it feels like classic Days of Our Lives. You know, where you had the person who was scheming, then you had their little minion on the side of them, and they were working on something. I know eventually Adrian will have to come back. I know it. But I enjoy Bonnie so much. I enjoy her so much. I just hope that there was a way to not put her in jail and she could still scheme, because it feels almost like classic Sami or Kate or Vivian, the way she's doing it. And I know it's short term, but and I love Adrian, but I'm enjoying Bonnie. And I'm sure the actress, you know, playing both of them is having fun too, because she looks like she's having so much fun on the show.
Or it's very much like Stefano and Bart. Do you remember Bart?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very that.
I mean, no matter what show you're on, whenever you had a supervillain or somebody who was a villain, they always had the little minion on the side. And the fact that T-Boss get right back to her so fast, and they're so funny, and you know, I think that when she was getting married, she took the money out of her bra and gave it to T-Boss to pay for the wedding. So you better go. Yeah. You know, it was just too many moments for her, and it's been fantastic. Very good.
I love it. And each time T-Boss comes on, I'm like, girl, this is T-Boss, like all up in Salem. Like, I still can't get over that. But she's killing it, though. She's doing a great job.
It's so fun. I think that all the things they're doing now, it's fun. I even like the way Eric, Brady. You know, I think that I didn't understand what he was doing or what he was doing with the character. But when he explained, I went through this with Christian, I went through this with Teresa, I kind of said, oh, yeah, you did go through a lot with these women, these very strong women. And it would be a little realistic for them to say, I don't want you to, you know, walk all over me like the other ones did. So I was sad that they broke up like they did, but he made a couple of good points.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you, Jamel, for calling in. We're going to have to wrap up the show soon. But keep watching, because, look, it's getting better. So you can't just watch in the winter. You got to watch all year long, because stuff is going down, and I don't want you to miss it.
Oh, I know it. I'm going to be watching as much as I can, absolutely. But you know what? You do look fantastic. I have to say it again. I've just been looking at you. I'm like, oh, look at him. He looks so good tonight. And you know I don't say that to you, but you look very good tonight. Very good.
Thank you. You stop that. Thank you. All right. Thank you again. We'll talk soon.
Okay.
All right. Bye. All right, y'all, let's finish up before I run out, because I'm looking at this clock and I'm like, oh my gosh, I only have 3 minutes. So here we go. Into some tidbits. I'm glad that Rafe got over his tiff about Eli, and now Eli is partnered with Rafe. I'm glad that Abby and Hope kind of talked to Rafe and convinced Rafe to just realize that Eli is the perfect guy for the job. So let bygones be bygones and just go with it. So congratulations, Eli is now a part of the Salem PD. And last little tidbit, we have Theo, Claire, and Trip. It looks like there's gonna maybe possibly be that going on. I love the moment that he had with Kayla and still trying to mend that relationship. And Theo is still just a little bit jealous of Trip. So we'll see how that story unfolds. Now, on to the segments, which is only 2 because it's just me. So first, Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Oh, snap! All right, so I have to give my 3 Snaps Award to Allison Sweeney, Sami Brady, because when I tell you she came through Salem like a wrecking ball and I was living for every single moment that she was doing. So Sami Brady, for your return to Salem, you get Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Oh, snap! Now I also have to give an honorable mention to Ari Zucker as Nicole Walker. You killed it this week, and we are very sad to see you go, but we wish you all the best in your future endeavors. And I also have to give another little honorable mention to Maggie, because when she came in and stopped the wedding and she looked at Bonnie like, I am here, what you gonna do? I live for that. So those are my 2 honorable mentions for that. And fan of the week, I don't have one fan of the week. I have a plethora of fan of the weeks, and that's all of you guys. You guys have consistently supported, loved, tweeted, talked about, called in to this show. And so I just want to give fan of the week to all of you guys who are watching live, everyone who has ever called in, everyone who is watching now. Thank you guys for always loving, cherishing, appreciating, and supporting this show. Love you, love you, love you all. So you all are a fan of the week. Now, really quick for some news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, first of all, on November 10th, the Starstruck Fan Events hits Los Angeles. That's right, Starstruck Fan Events will be in Burbank, California with the Yesterdays event. They are going to have past cast members attending an event on November 10th. They have Jordy, who played Dario, John Paul, who played Philip, Vincent, who played Deimos, Matthew Ashford, who played Jack, and Paul Tefler, who played Xander. They are all attending the event. So if you are going to be in the Los Angeles area on November 10th, make sure you go to starstruckfanevents.com for ticket information and information regarding that event. And stick around that weekend because November 11th is the ultimate Days fan experience with Day of Days at Universal City Walk. It is a free event, and there's tons of Days fans, tons of the cast will be there, including a Q&A and autograph signing, so make sure you go to that. You can find information about Day of Days either on the NBC website or on our Facebook page, so make sure you check that out. Also, that same weekend on Sunday, November 12th, Camila Banos is hosting a Zumba for disaster relief. Make sure you check out her Instagram or our Instagram for the flyer with all of the details. That's going to be held in North Hollywood, California. Now, for some interesting news regarding Dish and Days. As of today, Dish and Days will go on hiatus just for a little bit until we figure some things out. I know. So we're not completely gone. This is not a goodbye. This is more of a see you later, hopefully. So that's why I gave Fan of the Week to all of you guys, because there's so much going on back here, and I would like to continue to keep bringing this show to you all, but we're just going to take a little time to figure things out. So we're going to take a little break, but make sure you like us, follow us on all social media platforms, because we'll continue posting and we'll let you know about the future of Dish and Days. And that is it. That has been your week of days, which means I got through this entire show by myself. Yay! Thank you guys so much for calling in and being my good Judies, which translates to a good friend, so that I can talk to about this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives. You can find me on all social media platforms at Lounger with Tony or my website, loungerwithtony.com. And of course, don't forget to like us, follow us on all social media. Instagram, Facebook, we are Dish and Days. And on Twitter, we are _Dish and Days. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you soon with another full recap of NBC's #1 hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. See you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Spitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.